Good evening, everybody. We will start our today's presentation session now. Please raise your hands who have scheduled their presentation today, and we will go by raised hands order. Okay, so we will start with Tanu. Tanu, you can share your screen and start your presentation.
Okay, sir. Sir, actually my screen is not sharing. It is written host disabled participants sharing.
Just a second, I will just design.
Okay, sir.
Try now. Tanu, you can start.
So, good evening, everyone. Myself, Tanu from AWS Cloud Computing Department. So, my project name is Cloud Engineering Internship Program, and my task name is Create an Elastic Beanstalk Environment. So, before moving to our presentation, first of all, I would like to give you a short summary or the story that why we were creating an elastic beanstalk and what's the need for this. So we can use the elastic beanstalk environment in Amazon to deploy and manage our web applications and services without worrying about infrastructure management tasks. We can also use the AWS management console or the AWS command line interface or the software development kits to create and manage our elastic beanstalk environment. So some of the common tasks we can do include like deploying, scaling our applications, and configuring our environment variables and setting up, monitoring and logging up. So and here we can also use the third-party tool also to services our manages Elastic Beanstalk environments such as deployment, automation tools, or the load balances, or the performance management solution. So this is the reason that why we were creating an Elastic Beanstalk environment. So now coming to the presentation. So these are the topics which I'm going to discuss one by one. So first of all, introduction that what do you understand by the elastic beanstalk environment in the Amazon? Then the what are the benefit of the elastic beanstalk environment in the Amazon, and what are the component of the elastic beanstalk? After that, what is the architecture of the elastic beanstalk and how it works in the Amazon? Then after that, what is the implementation and how the demonstration after the references and after the end the conclusion. So now what is elastic beanstalk? So basically elastic beanstalk is a platform that let us deploy and manage web application. We can see here that it is a platform as a service. So why it is called as a platform as a service? Because here we have not to configure or not to infrastructure the web application. We have to just deploy our code, and it is very useful for developers that they are not to worry to manage the resources in the Amazon. They have given the platform as a service, and there are no upfront fee charges. This is free for us, and it is allowed to deploy and manage web application in the AWS. So this is the elastic beanstalk environment in Amazon. So now elastic beanstalk basically provides several benefits for developers. It is cost effective because basically it provides us to pay only for the resources we use. We can customize our environment by configuring the resources and settings that are best suited for our applications. So elastic beanstalk also manages updates and patches for us, which saves times and patches and the efforts. It is easy to use and simple, which make it ideal for developers who want to focus on writing code. Elastic Beanstalk also basically provide auto scaling, which automatically adjust the number of resources based on the demand. This allow our applications to handle traffic spikes without any manual intervention. Finally, basically, Elastic Beanstalk enhances developer productivity by streamlining the deployment processes and providing a simple interface for managing our application. So these are the several features or the benefits of the Elastic Beanstalk environment in the Amazon. So now what are the component of the elastic beanstalk, or what are the concept of the elastic beanstalk environment in the Amazon? So first of all is the application. So what do you understand by the application? So basically, an elastic beanstalk application is a logical collection of elastic beanstalk components, including environments, versions, and the environment configuration. In elastic beanstalk, an application is conceptually similar to as a folder. So now coming to the next, application version. So what do you understand by the application version, or it is the main component of the elastic beanstalk? Here it provide the platform like PHP version, or the Java, .NET, or Python. These are the various platforms which provide the elastic beanstalk in application version. So what do you understand by the application version? So in elastic beanstalk, an application version refers to a specific label iterations of the deployment code for a web applications. An application version point and Amazon simple storage service, which is Amazon S3 object that contain the deployment code such as Java file. An application version is also a part of an application which is unique. In the running environment, we can also deploy any application version. We already upload to the application. Now we can upload and immediately deploy a new application version. We might upload multiple application versions to test difference between one version for our web application or the another. So this is done in the application version. So now coming to the next, which is the environment. An environment is basically a collection of AWS resources, like running an application version. Each application or the environment run only one application version at a time. However, we can run the same application version or the different application version in many environments simultaneously. When we create an environment, elastic beanstalk provision the resources are basically needs to be run the application version when we specify. Now coming to the next, which is environment PR. So when we launch an elastic beanstalk environment, we first choose an environment TR. The environment TR designates the type of the applications that the environment runs, and they determine what environment runs and elastic beanstalk provisions to support it. So now coming to the saved configuration, this is also the main component of the elastic beanstalk environment in the Amazon. A saved configuration is a template that we can use a starting point for creating unique environment configuration. We can also apply them to environment using the elastic beanstalk console, like elastic beanstalk command line interface or the API. The API and the AWS CLI refer to the save configuration as configuration templates. So now the last is the platform. So platform is a combination of an operating system or the programming languages runtimes. So we can design and target our web application to our platform. So Elastic Beanstalk provide a varieties of platform on which we can build our application. So these are the main components of the Elastic Beanstalk environment in the Amazon. So now how it works. So first of all, what we have to do, we have to first of all create an application. After creating an application, we have to give the application name. After giving the name of the application, then we have to choose the platform which we are choosing, like Python, Java, .NET, Tomcat, anything they provide you. Now after that, what we have to do, then we have to upload a version for our code. So here we can upload our code through the local files, and we can choose from any files. Here though here here two important components are there when we are uploading our version. First one is sample application, and then second one is upload code. In sample application, we need not to just upload the code, but in uploading code, we have to upload our code from the URL or the destination file. After uploading the version, then what we have to do, we have to launch our environment where our code will be run. So when our code will be run successfully, after that we have to monitorize the performance and usage of our environment using the Elastic Bean console on the AWS CLI. So here we can see that in upload version or the monitor environment, we can say it is a vice versa system that we can update a version and deploy new version. So here we can see in a monitor environment, we can see here it provide a capacity provisioning and load balancing and auto scaling. These are basically features of Elastic Beanstalk. So what is the main for this. So elastic beanstalk that allow us to automatically scale our application based on the demand. So capacity provisioning refers to the processes of allocating resources such as CPU, memory, and the storage to our application. Load balancing basically distribute incoming traffics across multiple instances of our applications. And auto scaling scales the number of instances of our application, which is based on the demand, ensuring that we have enough resources to handle traffic spikes and reduce cost during periods of low demand. So this is how it works in the Amazon. So this is the architecture, or this is the that how it works in the Amazon. So now I am giving you the live demonstration that how to configure the Elastic Beanstalk environment in the Amazon. So this is the link. We have to click on this. So after clicking on this, what we have to do? It will take some time. So yeah, first of all, we have to sign in AWS console home. So first of all, we have to write email address for this. After writing the email address, we have to click on the next. After clicking on the next, we have to set a password for sign in Amazon. So after writing password, we have to click on the sign in. So this is basically a AWS management console home. So what we have to do, just click on the services, and after that click on the all services, view all services. Here we can see that our Elastic Beanstalk is in the compute services. So Elastic Beanstalk is basically a compute services of the Amazon which provided us. So we have to click on this. After clicking on this Elastic Beanstalk, we can see here the descriptions that basically Amazon Elastic Beanstalk is an easy to use service for deploying and scaling web application, and it provides varieties of platform like Java, .NET, PHP. So this. So what we have to do, we have to just click on the create application. So recently I have just said that how to that how to that how the Elastic Beanstalk works. So first of all, we have to create the application. After creating the application, we have to upload the code. After loading the code, what we have to do now, we have to launch our environment. After that, it will be created. So we have to do here we can see that here the environment here there are two environment, which one is web server environment and another one is worker environment. In web server environment, we have to run basically a website or the web applications, but in worker environment, what we have to do, it basically run on a worker application that processes long running workload on demand or the performance. But I am choosing the web server application because we are basically run a website or the web application. So here we can see in the next step that the application information. So we have to write the application name. So I am giving the name. After giving the name, here we can see the application tags. So tags are basically a meta tag which is basically provide the informations when uh, it is this we have when we are giving the name of the tag, it must be a unique name, because uh, when we are working in the Amazon, so so many documents are there. So if we are giving the name of this application tag, so we are easy to find this our document. So this is the application tags. So it is optional. I'm not giving the name. So here we can see environment information. By default, it is written environment name because we have already written the application name Python app 1. So after that, here we can see the platform. I am choosing the managed platform. So here we have to choose the platform. It is the must and mandatory step to choose the platform when we are creating an Elastic Beanstalk environment in the Amazon. So I am choosing. So here we can see that .NET Core, .NET, Docker. Docker is basically a container. Go, Java, but I am choosing the Python one. It is easy. So here we can see platform version and platform branch. Here Python 3.11 running we have chosen, and here 4.02 recommended. So after that, application code. Here two application code are written, sample application and upload your code. So in sample application, we not just to upload our code, but in upload our code, here we can see that from the local file we can choose the file when we are upload our code, but I am choosing the sample application. So after that, we have to configuration present. So in single instance, we can choose the free TR eligible. So now we have to click on the next. But instead of wasting the time, it will take so many minutes. So I have already created an environment. So moving to our presentation. So yeah, here is my submission screenshot which I have created. So here I can see that I have created an environment name which is the Python F1. So here we can see the health status is okay, and this is my URL status website. So here we can see our running version is sample application. We have chosen the sample application, not for the upload version. So here if we have created a environment name, if we want to create another environment, so we can create a new environment here. So after this, what we have to do? So yeah, here we can see that our health is okay status and our running version is sample application, and we have chosen the platform which is the Python 3.8 running. So yeah, our environment is successfully created. Now what we have to do? Here our first AWS Elastic Beanstalk Python application is now running on our application dedicated. So this is how we created Elastic Beanstalk environment in the Amazon. So now, what are the use cases of the Elastic Beanstalk and the pricing? So here we can see that it basically create mobile API backends for our application. It is a quickly launched web application. It is basically manage our web application and deploy, and it is very useful for our deploys. So basically they focusing on their work, they not need to manage our infrastructure resources. They need to just launch our web application and just deploy our code. So this is the use cases, best use cases of the Elastic Beanstalk. And this, and here we can see the pricing. So here in Elastic Beanstalk, the pricing is there. So here we not need to give the charges for this. We have to just pay only for the AWS resources. For example, like EC2 instance or the S3 buckets. When we are creating an instance or S3 buckets, so we have to just pay only for this. We create to store and run our application, we have to pay only what we use. There are no minimum fees and no upfront commitments. So these are the best use cases of the Elastic Beanstalk and the pricing. So now these are the references, these are the two links which I have taken the help. So these are the two links for how to create an Amazon Elastic Beanstalk. So yeah, this is the conclusion that what we understand, that how to create and how to configure the Elastic Beanstalk and what is the need for this. So basically Elastic Beanstalk environment is a service that make it easy to deploy and manage, and has a great features like we have talked recently that cost effective, it is a cost effective, it is auto scaling, load balancing, easy to use, simple. So these are the features or the main benefits. So here we can also customize our application environment and integrate with our AWS service. So this is how we can create our application environment. So this is the conclusions. So now any question, please may ask. If any query, please may contact. So this is my email ID. So yeah, thank you. Sir,
Are you done, Tanu?
yes, sir.
I have a question actually.
Yes, sir.
What is the maximum size that it supports of the app?
Sir, there is no maximum size. It is basically no upfront fees. We can create many of the applications. It depends on us, and we have to just upload our codes in this, and we have not to worry about this.
Okay. So is there any alternatives and why is this the best one, Beanstalk?
Basically, in Amazon, when we are choosing the EC2 instance or the S3 buckets, we have to just configure that and infrastructure the resources. But in the Elastic Beanstalk, this is the mainly used for the developers. In this, what we have to do, we have to just basically run the code, and the in the backend we have not just to worry about this, that how it configure and how it works. So what we have to do, but just only give the code, it will run and it will give our result.
And how many languages does it support?
Sir, I think so, 7 approx, like
Okay,
Java,
7 to 8 it
PHP.
supports.
Yeah, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay, everything was good. Just I want you to just calm yourself. Don't rush.
Okay,
Just
sir.
you are like explain it like you are telling a story slowly because the person who's sitting to next to you should understand what you are saying
Okay, sir.
and try to create a story out of this
Okay, sir.
so that it will better understand for the audience.
Okay, sir. Next time I will do it.
Sure. And everything else was good.
Thank you, sir.
And you can stop your shit.
Okay, sir.
And next is Boopani Suresh.
Good evening, sir.
Good. You can start your presentation.
Yes. You can see my screen, sir.
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. This is Boopani Suresh. My given task was exploratory data analysis (EDA) by using the dataset credit card fraud detection given by the Hackware Data Limited, which is downloaded from the Kaggle. This is my table of content. Through our session, we are going to look at the contents. Okay. First is the dataset overview. We're gonna see our dataset over. We see our dataset and what are the columns, what are the rows we have, and what are the attributes it has, etc. And second one is data cleaning and pre-processing. What we'll do in this is we will clean the data and we're going to pre-process it. And class imbalance, and our given data was imbalanced data set, so we're gonna balance it, and we're gonna and next is data visualization. After the balance the data, we're gonna visualize the data set. You can ask me, what is exploratory data analysis? I will say one example. I'm a data scientist, for example, I'm saying, okay, I'm a data scientist working in a car company. The car company manager gives me a prehistoric data, and he will informing that till last month there is no profit in his business. I mean, huge losses was coming. After a few weeks, he constantly saying that there is a rise in his profits in his business. And what I will do is I will go through the data which he was given to me and check the what went wrong and what the features went wrong and what made huge losses, and also what are the features he has improved which caused a profits to his business. We're gonna we're gonna understand the underlying structure of the data set to gain insight, identify patterns, and etc. like that. Not only this, EDA can perform EDA. Any predictions we can do by using EDA. Not only car company, some hospitals, so many hospitals like education industries, like entertainment industries, they sports, they use totally the EDA, the exploited data analysis, due to analyzing. For example, you take IPL. Recently, IPL was done, right? You take example of IPL. In IPL, what will they when the match was going on between two teams, there will be a backward data engineer, data scientist, where they analyze the next what they are For example, the when we watching the TV, when watching our IPL in TV, there is scoreboard. We will see the scoreboard in TV, right? The scoreboard was prepared by a data scientist only by making the EDA, exploring the data. Means they will take before data, before IPL data, and for example, if you take Dhoni, he will how many sixes he hitted, how many fours he hitted, how many total runs uh, he ran to total on IPL, etc. like that, and that the prehistoric data they will take and they will they will do the explore and data analysis. They will enhance the data. Okay, that is the exploratory data analysis. And this is my data set given by the Hackwater Limited and downloaded from the Gaggle. Credit card fraud detection means I have what the data set show is. Wait, I will show in my Excel sheet. Yeah, is it visible, sir?
Yes, it is
Yeah.
visible.
Yeah. You can see the time. This is my data set. This is the time of the transactions of the credit card fraud detection. The time of the transaction. Thus V1, V2 up to V up to V28. We can see these are the all transactions that happen on the given time. Uh, this is the time column, and these are the transactions up to V1 to V28. And you can see that the amount which they have transferred to one person to another person. Okay, and the class. What is class means? Here you can see the zero, right? Wait, I will show. Zero indicates the non-fraudulent transactions, and one indicates the fraud transactions. Okay, these are the class. Zero, again, I'm saying zero indicates the non-fraudulent transactions, and one indicates the fraudulent transactions. And again, we will go to the picture. And these are the libraries that I imported: NumPy, Pandas, Matterplot, Seaborn, and SkyPy, Plotly. What is NumPy? Now, it's enabling numerical computations, computing, computings. Sorry, numerical computing libraries for efficient array operating in Python. It will do the numerical computations. Okay, and Pandas. It organizes data in tabular form. It organizes the data in tabular form. Data. It will manipulate the data and analyze library to providing the data structure like data frames. SkyPy. Library from mathematical science and engineering provide functions like optimization, integrations, interpolation, and more. Matterplot, 2D plotting library for creating a statistics, interactive, and animated visualizations. Okay. Seaborn, a statistical data visualize library built on top of the Matterplot library. Plotly, interactive graphing library allowing creation of interactive web based on the visualizations. Okay. It will show the graphs in visualized form. Okay. Yeah. In the EDA, this is our initial step. After the extracting the data set, this is our initial step. First is df.head. Df it is a data. Okay. Head means it shows the first 5 rows of the data set, and df.tail shows the ending 5 rows of the data set. And df.info, it shows that the total information of the data set, how many columns it has, how many rows it has, and the shape of the data set, etc. Will show in my Python notebook. One minute, student. Yeah, you can see df dot head. It's showing that I given the number 10. That's why it's showing the 10 rows. If you give the here, you can give like 12. It will use the 12 rows. Up to 12, it will use the rows uh, of the data set. And for example, if I give no number in it, I simply press it, it will use the starting 5 rows of the data set. And tail, you can see it shows that the ending rows of the data set. Why we are taking this head and tail means it is a I'm taking the huge data set. You can see that the data set contains the 28 lakh 2,84,806 uh, rows in it, and we cannot go. We are a human. We are not a AI. We are not a robot. So we go into the total data set and give the particular actions or etc. So what we gonna do? We will see only head and tail. So we can assume that okay, this data set contains this much rows and this much transactions have occurred like that. Okay. You can see the df.info. It giving the information about the data set. You can see the time. The time, these all are floats except that class is an integer because it is in the form of 0 and 1s, right? Means 0 is non-fraud transaction, 1 is the fraud transactions, like it. We'll go through PPT. Yeah. In my table of content, I said that we're gonna do that data cleaning and pre-processing. First we're gonna find that the data set having the null values. So first we have to check that our data set contains null values or not. So first we this df dot is null of and sum of it will show that there is null values contained in the data set, and it will clean the data set. Okay. Uh, our data set contains no null values, but our data set contains the duplicate values. There are around 1081 duplicate values present in our data set. So first of all, what we're gonna do is we're gonna clean the data set. For example, I'm saying your mother went to a market and she bought some vegetables. She came home and she can't cook directly, right? She have to clean the vegetables and she have to cut it and she have to make the recipe and she have to prepare and cook and then you will eat, right? So first what she's doing, she's cleaning the product. Like that only, our data set contains the duplicate values, null values, etc. So we have to clean the data and that will give the clean visualizations and correlations. Okay, like that. Here you can see that the df dot duplicated of and sum of not. It will do is that command do is it will erase the total duplicate values 1081 values and it gives the clean data to us. Okay, like that. Descriptive statistics. It is nothing but it will describe the data set. You can see that it gives how many count, mean value, standard deviation, minimum 25%, 50%, 75%, maximum percent of the given data set. Okay, like that. It will describe the data. As I said before only, our data is imbalanced data. So first we have to balance the data. Why? How you can ask me, right? How you can say that our data set is an imbalanced data? I can say like data set, you can see that in class there is zeros and ones, right? Zero means non-fraudulent transaction, one means fraudulent transactions, I said. Like that, there is no, you can see that there is a 2,84,315 non-fraudulent transactions and 492 fraud transactions. Means there is no equal among themselves. There is a huge amount of difference between them. So you can see that zeros are more than the ones. So there is no equal between them. Zeros are more than the ones, so there is no balance between them, right? Why, when we can say it is balanced, there is an equal amount between two sides. If we take the example of two carry bags, in one bag they have 2 kgs of potatoes, and in another bag we have 3 kgs of potatoes. When we weight it, when we lift it, we can see the slight difference, right? The right hand has the 3 kgs of potatoes and left hand has the 2 kgs of potatoes. The right hand goes down than the left, right? Like that only. If you have the in two bags we have 2 kgs potatoes and 2 kgs potatoes, so we can see that the balance. We can equal weight will put on the hands, right? Like that only. Our data set contains that the huge amount of difference. Means it's you can say that the 2,84,315 kgs of potatoes in left hand and 492 kgs potatoes in right hand. It's not possible, but I'm saying like example, okay? Like that. So when we can say it is balanced, it is when we have equal amount of weight on both hands. Like that only. Our class distribution, our data set contains the imbalanced data set. We have to balance it. So we cannot balance it, but we can perform some actions. So it can be it will use us a perfect visualizations and etc. It is a frequency of non-fraud and fraud transactions or fraud transactions over the time. Okay. Transactions, you can see that the transaction with fraud have an overall occurrence with irregular ups and downs, while valid transaction shows some kind of reasonability over a period of 24 hours. Okay. The lower graph also shows that there are almost a ratio of fraudulent to valid transactions show peak after 12 a.m. So majority of the frauds are usually happening after the during of midnight. Means the frauds will do for example, if you in your colony, for a the wrong thing will not done in the if one member is doing wrong thing, he will not say he will not say to you, right? I'm doing this wrong thing to you. You have to take precautions like that, right? So like that only, our fraud what we'll do, he will not do on daytime because he will get caught. So he will do on 12 a.m. all slept, etc. like that. Okay, that's why you can see that the majority of the frauds are usually happening after that during midnight hours, etc. Transaction amount of non-fraud and fraudulent transactions. This is the amount of non-fraud and fraudulent transactions occurred. You can see that the transactions. This is the amount. The 500 to the 500 to 2500 and fraud to same. The transaction amount. The non-fraud transactions occurred more than 10K. The more occurred on more transactions are done on 13K, more than 10K. Okay. In fraud, you can see that the major transactions are low amount, but the transactions are occurring. The frauds are low, but fraud transactions are happening in your data set. Okay. Like that. Wait, I will show in my notebook. Yeah, as you can see. See, you can see 13.575K. The transactions occurring on occurred on the the highest transaction on non-fraud transactions, and you can see here 1013 amount have occurred amount, and this is the fraud over amount, a ratio fraud by what we'll say fraud by non-fraud transaction. I mean both combination. It is a rough sketch, rough graph I can say. the amount which we were not common for the both classes are dropped. Hence the lower plot with trend line is very rough. Estimate the fraudulent trend line over amount. Even from the graph itself, there seems to be little no correlation between the fraudulent transactions and the transaction amount. Okay. This is a maximum minimum graph between the PCA principal components. What a principal component means, this is the we have the transactions, right? V1 to V20. The transactions are called principal components. The principal components are the principal component maximum minimum values, or this is the graph of the minimum maximum of the principal components. The mean value of every features are very close to 0. You can see the main value of every features are very close to 0. Almost most of the features values ranges between minus 50 to 50, minus 50 to 50, right? Yeah. What is skewness? Skewness is a statistical measure that describes the asymmetric of the probability distribution of a real value random variable. In a simple terms, it indicates the degree to which the value of data set are skewed or shifted away from the normal bell-shaped distribution. Skewness can be used to understand the shape of the distribution, whether it is skewed to the left, skewed to the right, or relatively symmetric from a normal distribution. Means when it you can see that when we can say the right skew distribution, it is a mountain-like structure. It is bent to the somewhat right. We can say the right skew distribution. When it is when it's bent to the right side, left side, we can say that the left skew distribution. And when it is right skewed, we can say that is a positive skewness. And when it is bent to the left side, we can say that it is a negative skewness. Skewness means it is not a correlation between them. Okay. It will be useful on next density plot. Yeah, the data visualization of using density plot. Density plot is nothing but it will what will say it will give it will graphically it will show that the fraud and non-fraud transactions in a mountain shape and say skewness, right? You can see that the here you can see that the right skewed, you can hear right skewed here, left skewed in V4, in V5 right skewed, like that. Skewness like that it will learn. For all the future variable, the distribution is centered around 0 for valid transactions. You can see that the V11, V12, V14, V14 have clearly separated distribution, while V3, V4, V10, V16 shows the mild separability in their density plots. The future distribution for the valid transactions have very sharp peak around 0, whereas the distribution for the fraudulent transactions are mostly skewed or widely spread. They are mostly skewed, but the fraud transaction, you can see that they are widely spreading. The highest unit not showing because the transactions are very less than the non-fraud. The fraud transactions is very less. It is 492 approximate, I can say, like that. It is a correlation matrix, correlation plot. You can ask me what is the correlation matrix. Correlation refers to the statistical measure that indicates the extent to which two or more variables change together. In other words, in simple way, it quantifies the relations between the variables and how they tend to move in relationship to each other. Correlation does not amplify cautions. It simply shows whether there is a constant pattern of change between the variables. Okay. There is a different correlation, positive correlation, negative correlation. You can see in next plot I will show. The dark colors in our correlation plot, you can say the dark color shows us the correlation between them. It is strong. Less colors show mild colors and less colors showing that the correlation between the between the two variables are less. You can see there is a, for example, you can see here time, time. There is a they are both same, right? That's why the correlation between them is strong. That's why it color indicating dark blue like that. Like that only V1, V2, V1, V3, like that. It will calculate the correlation between them, the bondness between them, and it will give the values. Okay. When when the value is near to 1 means it is a strongly correlated, and it is when the value is less than 5 minus 0, less than 0, I will say less than 0, like that. It is saying that it's saying that there is not strongly enough correlated. Okay, wait, I will show. See, it is the analysis. It is the plot. This is the analysis. You can see that the one here means it is strongly correlated between, because the time and time are both same, right? So the bondness between them is very strong rather than the time and V1. Okay, like that. Summary. From first, I will say the way of exploring our data set visually. As you can see, I will show from first. Yeah, these are the libraries I have imported. And I said the df.head, it will show the first 5 rows of the data set, and tail, it will show the first ending rows of the data set. Df.info, it will give the information of the data set, and it will describe the data, whether it is mean, standard deviation, minimum value, percentages of different of the data set. This is a null. This is a command which it will find that if there is any null values in our data set. There is no null values, so there is no need to worry. And I'm for balancing the data, I have to find that the fraudulent transactions, right? So fraudulent, non-fraud transactions. So this is the pie chart I have found, class distribution. We can see 99%, 99.8% are non-fraud transactions, and 0.173% are non-fraud transactions. It is very low. And this is the transactions over time, and this is a transaction amount, and minimum maximum values of the PCA, that V1 to V28 transactions. And this is the density plot I said before. And this is a correlation matrix, and this is the correlation analysis. Okay. Thank you, sir. Are there any questions?
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Actually, I'm having an electricity issue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I will not be visible. So I have some questions.
Yes, sir.
How many type of EDAs are there?
One type, I think so, sir, because EDA will be useful to different predictions right now, sir.
No, EDA is like EDA is like, you can say, the type of graphs they use.
Skew means like skewness, like that, sir.
Yeah.
Or normal distribution, multimodal distribution, skewness, And we have some. I will
Okay, how many are total actually? I want to know.
total. I have no idea, sir. I will learn.
Okay, actually there are 4.
Okay. Thank you.
And which type of libraries does it support? How many type of libraries does it supports?
My data set, sir. Means my
Yeah.
EDA.
Yeah.
Pandas, NumPy, Matlob library, Seaborn, Plotway, etc. Sir.
Does it support Python?
Yes, sir. It will support
Okay. Uh,
because I done
you
the
know,
tough EDA on Python, sir.
huh?
Total EDA done on my Python, sir.
Okay. It supports Python actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are different libraries. Many libraries it supports,
Yes, sir.
but not all.
My
Uh, yes.
my EDA supports this much libraries only, sir. That's
Okay.
what I imported.
Actually, EDA means the whole EDA, not just your project.
Okay. It will support all the
Yeah.
libraries.
Okay. I want to tell you that you have to improve in some areas, like you have to rehearsal some before
Sir, I can't
giving the
hear you.
PPT.
Sir, I can't hear you, sir.
Now can you hear me?
Sir, am I audible?
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir, you are.
Yeah, actually, I just came back. I want to tell you that try to favorize a story and rehearsal before giving a PPT, like some points, and you should go through the whole project 1 to 2 times so that you will get it by heart. And try to reduce text in your PPT.
Sir, what's pardon?
Text, like you have explained it. Go to second or third slide.
Okay.
Third slide. Like this. Actually, we are here so that you can tell us what is EDA, right? We are not here to read.
Yes, sir.
So reduce the taxes and explanation. Explain it more. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And everything else was fine.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah. And next is Narendra.
Hello, sir. Sir, I'm visible.
Yes, you are visible. You can start your presentation.
Okay, sir, sure. Good evening, sir. Myself, Narendra. I'm from Python Programming Group. And my topic is stock screen application. And this is my task on presentation, overview of project synopsis. Sir, coming to this slide, we have a table of contents where which will be going on through this presentation. Coming to the introduction part, our aim of this project to develop a stock screener application using a Python that allows user to filter the stocks based on their needs. So here our application will provide users to filter options such as price to yield ratio and market capitalization and etc. And for this, we will be using a financial API to retrieve the data to retrieve the real-time data and ensure up-to-date information for the users. And here we have a project timeline. Basically, project timeline means a detailed schedule for our for a project. So from week 1 to 2, we will be going on through planning and requirements gathering. And week 3 to 4, API integration and data retrieval. Week 5 to 6, algorithm development and implementation. Week 7 to 8, user interface design and implementation. At last, we'll be going on through testing and deployment. These things will be explained in the coming slides. Coming to the phase 1, we'll be going on through planning and requirements gathering. As we all know, in project management cycle, planning is the primary step or initial stage where the complete project structure will be planned. Like we understand the stakeholders requirement and scope of the project. Then we create a detailed project plan and timeline for seamless execution of our project. Coming to this slide, coming to phase 2, we will be going on through API integration and data retrieval. API stands for application programming interface. An API is a way for two or more computer programs to communicate with each other. It is type of software interface offering a service to other piece of software. And also API acts like a security layer for database. Like if you want, like we are browsing something on Google, if you want any information, so that information will be stored in a database. So if you want any particular information, means we should send a request to API. This API will retrieve the required data only for us. So other than that, no other data will be shared. So by doing this, it will act like a security layer for the database. So here we identify suitable financial data API for real-time stock data. Like for example, we have many financial data API, which are Yahoo Finance, Real Stocks, etc. And upon this, and next we will develop a scripts to fetch data from the database. Next, coming to the phase 3, algorithm development and implementation. Here in this phase, we will write code for backend for our project. Here we by developing complex algorithm to handle multiple filtering criteria. Filtering criteria for these things we'll use sorting, searching algorithms such as binary and linear search, like that. Then we employ through testing against historical and real-time stock data to validate the accuracy and reliability of filtering results. Then upon writing all the codes, here we will write a scripts, like we'll write a code to retrieve data from the databases. And also next, by creating a scalable and efficient code to accommodate large data sets and reducing processing time. Then here we also write code for user interface to implement a user-friendly error handling to provide informative feedback when filtering criteria are not met. Like in phase 4, we will be working upon user interface design and implementation. For this, to design a user interface, we will use Python GUI library. GUI stands for graphical user interface. We use GUI libraries such as tkinter or pyqt for the user interface. Then we integrate the interface with the backend for real-time filtering and results. Then in phase 5, we'll work upon testing and deployment of our application. Here in testing, we test our application with so many conditions by conducting comprehensive unit tests to verify the accuracy of filtering algorithm under various conditions. Then we use different tests like unit test method or smoke test or software performance test in testing. Then upon testing, we deploy the application on a cloud-based hosting service to ensure accessibility and scalability for a growing user base. Coming to the conclusion part, upon completing this project, we will develop a stock screener application which represent a powerful tool to simplify stock analysis and decision making for investors of all levels. This stock screener application will provide a user-friendly interface for intuitive experience, and This project endeavors to be a valuable resource in enhancing the investment strategies and maximizing portfolio performance. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you. Sir, any questions and suggestions?
Are you done?
Yes, sir. Sure.
What was your project's name?
Sir, real-time, sir, stock screening application. But this task was the overview of the project synopsis, sir.
Okay. I want to tell you that presentation flow was good.
Okay.
Try to create a small story for better understanding.
Okay, sir. Huh.
Yeah, and try to add some pictures so that it will look little understanding.
Yes, sir, sure. But this was just an overview of my project,
Yeah,
sir. That,
I know, but try to, you means someone, the person sitting next to you will not be a programmer or will not be a developer.
Oh, sir.
Yeah, so pictures and your explanation will help him. A story will help him to understand
Okay,
better.
sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Upcoming task, I will do this.
Yes.
Thank you.
And next is Sivasri.
Yes, sir.
You can start your presentation.
Sure. Just 1 minute, sir.
Yes.
Sir, is my screen is visible?
Yes, it's
Good evening, sir. My name is Sivasri. And my project name is Developing a Stock Screener application in Python. And the task assigned to me is understanding the TradingView screener and exploring stock market data. These are my contents. Basically, I want to explain today introduction, understanding view screener, key features of TradingView screener, popular filters in TradingView screener, advantages of using TradingView screener, sources of stock market data, exploring fundamental stock data, data cleaning and processing, pre-processing, conclusion, and continued by references and question and answers. Stock screeners are essential tools for anyone involved in the stock market. They enable users to quickly identify potential investment opportunities by applying specific filters and specific filters with thousands of stocks. With the vast amount of data available, manual stock analysis can be time consuming and prone to errors. A well-designed stock screener automates this process, saving time and improving decision making. Next, I want to explain understanding TradingView screener. TradingView screener is web-based tool used for filtering stocks. Screener tailored to their unique investment and strategies and preferences. The tool offers a wide range of technical indicators, technical indicators, technical indicators, and allowing advanced technology analysis of both short-term and long-term traders. And furthermore, TradingView Screener provides visualization capabilities through charts, and they identify with the patterns in the stock market data. Traders can easily visualize support and resistance levels, moving averages, and other essential technical patterns. And the real time data updates ensure that traders stay well informed about the latest market and quick decision and rapidly changing market conditions. Additionally, TradingView Screener enables users to save and share their screeners with others in community, fostering collaboration and idea sharing among the traders and investors. Next, some of the key features of TradingView Screener are a user-friendly interface and real-time data, historical data analysis, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, customizable filters, alerts, and notifications. And popular filters in TradingView Screener. Basically, there are price filter stock based on current price change or percentage change within a specified time frame. And these are the graphs related to this. Advantages of using TradingView Screener: utilize different moving averages to identify trends and potential entry exit points. Relative strength index screen for oversold stock based on the RSI values, indicating potential reversal points. And fundamental filters analyze stock data based on various fundamental metrics and earning per share and dividend yield to access the financial health and valuation of companies. And advantages of using TradingView Screener: efficient stock screening, real-time data visualization, informed decision making, flexibility, and customization. Coming to efficient stock screening, TradingView Screener allows users to quickly filter through thousands of stocks based on specific criteria, and this save the time to effort in research process. Real-time data: the screener provides up-to-date and real-time date, enables user to stay informed about the latest market and the developments, and acts promptly on potential opportunities. And data visualization: TradingView Screener presents data in charts, graphs, or etc. Informed decision making: by applying custom filters and financial indicators, users can make more informed trading decisions backed by data-driven analysis. Flexibility and customization: the platform flexibility allows users to create save multiple screeners with specific criteria. And community sharing and collaboration: Traders can access public screeners and share their own, fostering collaboration and idea exchange within the TradingView community. Technical analysis and capabilities. Technical analysis and capabilities are within a wide array of technical indicators and identifying trends and signals for potential trades. User-friendly interface. The user-friendly interface of TradingView Screener makes it accessible to traders for experience levels, allowing them to navigate the tool with ease and real-time alerts. The ability to set up alerts and notifications ensures ensures that users never miss potential trading opportunities even when they are not actively monitoring the markets. Comprehensive stock analysis. By combining different filters and indicators, TradingView Screener provides a comprehensive stock analysis, helping users to make more well-rounded trading decisions. And I want to present. So just 1 minute. I will continue my presentation. Source of stock data market. Financial websites. Many financial websites such as Yahoo Finance, Google Finance, Bloomberg, and CNBC provide free and paid access to historical and real-time stock market data. Financial data vendors. They are specialized data vendors like Refinitiv, Bloomberg, Terminal, FactSet, and S&P Capital IQ that offer comprehensive financial market data to institutions and professional traders. Public APIs. Several companies provides public APIs that developers can use to access the stock market data programmatically. Example include Alpha Vantage, Intrinio, etc. Data aggregators. Data aggregators like collect combined data from various sources, making easily accessible to developers and businesses and financial news websites. Websites like MarketWatch, CNBC, and Seeking Alpha provide not only news but also real-time stock data and stock market analysis platforms. Some platforms like TradingView and StockCharts provide stock market data and analysis for traders and investors. Government regular agencies in some countries, government regulatory agencies publishes financial data and reports that can be used for analysis. Company links, companies listed on US stock exchanges can require to submit required financial links to US Securities and Exchange Commission, which contains valuable financial data. Web scraping, while subject to terms of service, web scraping financial websites can be a source of stock market data for some developers and researchers. Exploring fundamental stock data, analyzing company financial statements such as balance sheet, income statement, and cash flow statement to access a company's financial health. Understanding the company's profitability by calculating earnings per share, which indicates the portion of profit allocated to each outstanding share of common stock. Data cleaning and data pre-processing, identify and handle missing data points either by imputation or removal of rows, columns with missing data, detect and handle outliers either by removal or transformation. And finally, the conclusion is TradingView Screener offers powerful user-friendly platforms for traders and investors to filter stocks based on various criteria and identify potential opportunities in real time. By exploring stock market data using TradingView screeners, users can gain valuable insights into price movements, volume trends, and technical indicators. This data exploration aims to making informed investment decisions and allows for efficient identification for potential TradingView opportunities. And overall, the combination of TradingView screener and through stock market data exploration can significantly enhance the traders and investors by decision-making processes. These are my references. Thank you, sir.
Sivasri, are you done? Are you done?
Yes.
Mhm.
Actually, prepared the demo also, but it's not getting.
So try to recheck before starting your demo, before starting your PPT.
Actually, we checked it and I
Try next time. Try to save your credentials before logging.
yes.
So you don't have to go through that hassle again and again.
Yes.
I like to add some features. Can you tell me what is the accuracy rate of the graph that generated this screen viewer?
Sir?
What is the accuracy rate?
Didn't get it.
Like if I buy a stock, what will be accuracy that I will get profit? 10%, 20%, between 10 to 100. What will be the accuracy?
Hmm, based on market value.
Okay. And try to add a little story. I know that it's not based on story, it's a stock market, a screen viewer. So, but try to add some stories and rehearsal before you present your presentation to boost your self confidence. And don't just read from the slides. Okay.
Okay.
Looks like everybody is done. We will wait. Who are done with their PPTs, they can leave.
Sir, I have done with my presentation. Can I leave?
Yeah, yes, you can.
Thank you, sir.
Since we don't have any presenters, we will end our today's presentation session. And if anybody have any queries, you can ask. So nobody has any queries. That concludes our today's sessions, and we will end. Good evening and thank you.